There was a woman that this man was born without three ribs. He had no ribs. So when I released the presence, nobody touched him. When I released the glory, he got up from the floor. He fell under the glory of God. He got up, and God created three brand new ribs.
This is faith healer, Guillermo Maldonado is his name. He's a guest on Jim Bakker. Dude, Jim Bakker gets the best guests on his program. It's just so unglued from reality. I can't get enough of it. I love listening to these nutter butters spout their nutter buttery with, like, absolutely no evidence whatsoever. It's so entertaining to me. So Guillermo Maldonado claims that some guy didn't have ribs, right? And he healed this guy and gave him, missing 3 ribs. Well, great. Then we should be able to prove this, right? All we need is for you to show us. Just do it in front of us. Or show me the evidence after the fact. Or whatever. I'll take anything. Literally anything. Give me anything. I want to believe. Give me something. Would you be surprised to find that he doesn't, in fact, give us any reason whatsoever to believe what he's saying right now?
I created 3 brand new ribs, and I have my doctors with their instrument checking me out. They check him out before we testified.
Great. Oh, perfect. This is awesome, right? He's saying he got doctors to check this guy out before they healed him. Fantastic. Go on.
So we've been seeing the most incredible creative miracles.
Wait, what happened? You just went off in another direction. You going to give us the evidence or not? Would you be surprised to find that, in fact, no, he does not give us the evidence? Honestly, I'll take anything. The claims that these people make are so brazen, it's ridiculous. Quick interjection. I won't take long. I just wanted to tell you guys, YouTube's algorithm operates off of a few factors. Watch time, whether or not you subscribe, and whether or not you like something. So if you really want to help my channel, I would appreciate it if you guys watch the video to the end. If you don't watch it to the end, just watch a little bit longer than you would have otherwise. I would appreciate that very much. All right, let's get back to the video. Check out the next one this dude made. Late May 2023. Guy, did an appearance on Jim Bakker's program and made all kinds of just bizarre claims.
I've been in 72 countries.
72. That's a lot of countries. It's like half the countries in the world almost, or maybe a third. I think there are 192, right?
I've been in 72 countries. And I would say in the last 27 years, we have seen over 12 billion souls got saved.
Praise God.
And this is something that we have documented record of what God has been doing.
Wow, documented record of saving 12 billion souls. That is really impressive considering the fact that there are only 8 billion people on the planet right now. And that includes people in China, that includes Muslims and Australians, Russians, everybody. Women, children, old people, young people, only 8 billion. But this guy managed to save 12 billion. That's really, really impressive. You know what? I could forgive it. Maybe he messed up and he meant to say 12 million. I'm sorry, I still can't believe even that. I need documentation. Give me anything. He loves saying we had a doctor check him out afterward and before. He loves saying we have the documentation, but he never actually provides it. Ever notice that? It's not just him. It's a number of faith healers. It's a number of faith healings that make bold claims with absolutely no evidence. Now, mid-March 2023, I covered this woman who claimed to have no toes. There's actually an update to this story that I was unaware of before. She lost 3 toes, and supposedly this pastor regrew them. Listen to what she says here.
So I had 3 toes that were amputated in a terrible accident. I heard the word for creative miracles, and I thought, well, I certainly have a creative miracle that I might need. I need 3 toes to grow back. The person next to me said, do you want new toes?
So here's the interesting part about this story. This is real. She really did lose her toes. I didn't know that when I first talked about this. This is a real news story. She really lost her toes. I don't remember exactly what it was now. Something like her husband went on a rampage, husband at the time, and like she lost her toes because he had a gun and he shot the gun and the toes ended up coming off or something to that effect. Real thing, really reported by real news reporters. Okay? That means she was really missing the toes. All we need to do is see her feet then, right? If we just look at her feet and she really does legitimately have toes, that should prove it. That should prove that this faith healer is capable of performing miracles, of commanding God to heal people, to correct problems on his behalf. That's all it would take, right? Show us your foot.
And I was like, well, sure. All the women got down and they prayed over my foot, and I decided to take my shoe off to see what was happening when he said, let's see the progress or if anything's happened. And when I did, I had to grab the person next to me and say, do you see what I see? And I saw 3 toes that were forming, and now there's length to them. Tonight, I can stand on my tippy toes. Listen, do you understand? I can stand on tippy toes. No, I couldn't do that because I didn't have toes to tippy on.
Wow, that's just painful, dude. Let's see the toes then, if that's true. This is the guy right here that made the claim, that says that he was the one. If you're listening and not watching, he's just a master squinter over here. Are his little peepers even open? It looks as though I think they're just cracked. His little peepers are cracked just barely. God, I wish I was this good at squinting. Seriously. You gotta have so much experience to get this good at squinting. Anyway, listen to what he had to say when this was presented to him. Like, hey, just show us the foot. We know she lost the toes. We have the news story. We can see that. Show us her foot. Let's see it. All you gotta do is pull the shoe off. That's it.
As you know, there's been quite a furor on social media relative to the girl with the toes.
Okay, I don't know what a media furor is. Sounds bad, but okay, yeah, people were talking about it.
Because her miracle is real, it's genuine. People are saying, well, if it's genuine, why aren't you doing anything with it to publicize it?
Yes, absolutely. Show us your foot. We know you lost the toes. Show us the foot, please.
There's a couple of reasons that I want to say to you. First of all, I'm less interested in proving to people what I know God did than I am in protecting sheep who are vulnerable.
Okay, fantastic. But you don't have to be less interested or more interested in this thing or that thing or whatever. You could just show us the toes, right? You can be completely disinterested in something and still show us the foot. No, I just don't feel like it right now is all.
The news leader asked if we would comment. They had followed things on social media.
News leader.
And I'm just going to say it as kindly as I know how to.
Please say it.
They have had a repeated history of not only a general bias against evangelical Christianity, but a targeted bias against James River.
So, this is your opportunity right here. Show us we're wrong. I don't know who this supposed reporter was that wanted to see the evidence, but just show us the damn foot, please. I'm begging here. Show us the foot. She lost the toes. Show us that they grew back, that you grew them back. That's what you claimed. Let's see it.
I just felt like, you know what? I'm not going to talk to somebody, to an agency that has a history of not being unbiased.
Make a fool of them, please. I want to be made a fool of. Make a fool of me. Show me that you can control God's power at will.
What I want to assure you of is it's real. It's real, it's real, it's real, it's real.
Sorry, man. I have no reason to believe any of this garbage.
So, it is a legitimate miracle, and, we can provide the kind of proof that would be necessary. People have asked, have you seen pictures of the toes? I have. So.
Wow. Okay. We can provide the kind of proof that would be necessary. And what is the proof that would be necessary? His word. He says, have you seen the pictures? I have. That means case closed. The church should believe it because I said that it's true, and that's all you need. That's the evidence necessary for the sheep to believe it. Now, nobody else if you don't believe him, that you don't need any more evidence. That's his position. This is unhinged, dude. Seriously. This is like so brazen. How do you say something like this and not lose every one of your congregants, like, instantly? How does this situation play out with this woman who claims to have her toes regrown? How does she not regrow her toes and not prove that her toes are regrown? And these guys just get away with it. I don't understand how this is happening. Like, she goes to the church, right? Aren't people, like, asking her, like, nonstop, let's see the toes? Seems like something you'd want to see, a miracle. Doesn't everyone want to see a miracle?
Let me say this, and I read your testimony tonight. Not every miracle will be validated by medical science.
Okay, then it's not a miracle. That's the point of it being a miracle. It has to be validated by science, right? Science has to prove that it, in fact, was God that did it and not some other explanation. If we can attribute this to something else, it wasn't a miracle. Am I missing something? And the next charlatan I want to introduce you to, gone through a couple so far, Guillermo Maldonado. Guillermo Maldonado. Sorry about that. With his buddy Jim Baker. And then we hit John Lindell. That was this last guy's name, John Lindell. Dude claimed to regrow the toes. Well, this guy right here, this is Perry Stone. If you don't know him, you know what? Let me just give you an introduction. This is him speaking in tongues, late September 2019. Oh, wait a minute. Are you supposed to check your phone when you're speaking in tongues? Is that okay to do?
Yes, Lord, have your way, have your way, have your way, have your way. Okay,
that just kind of petered out. He's not even trying anymore. You're supposed to be speaking in tongues right now, Perry. What's going on? You're not supposed to be looking at your phone while you're speaking in tongues.
Hallelujah.
I love the little hallelujah shoved in there at the end. So anyway, that's Perry Stone. He did this show. I cover Perry Stone from time to time, and I talked about this video not too long ago, but it fits in perfectly with the faith healing segment I'm doing here. Perry Stone did this thing with this guy on the right named Nick Walker. Nick Walker famously held a revival in West Virginia at a high school, and it was mandated that students attend. That's illegal, of course. And it turns out that not Perry Stone, but Nick Walker on the right. Nick Walker had been going from high school to high school, even to middle school in West Virginia, holding revivals, and teachers were just mandating that the students attend them, and nothing happened. Nothing came of it. Until one day, students staged a walkout because this is a completely unacceptable and illegal situation. So, anyways, that's Nick Walker. He came on the show with Perry Stone here to talk about a totally 100% verified miracle that he witnessed. Late July 2021. Give this a listen.
So, Nick, it's good to have you here.
Honored to be here,
I want you
brother.
to share with me about two of the greatest miracles you've seen. One of these, there's actually X-rays, right?
Oh yeah, we have scans and X-rays.
X-rays, PET
Great. That's what I want. That's what I need, baby. Give it to me. Let's see these X-rays.
scans, the whole 9 yards.
Yes. When we baptized him in water, he also had a withered hand. He had nerve damage in his hand that was so bad that he could not use it. We sent Charlie the X-rays too for his hand. And then you've seen in infants how the gaps between the bones, they have to grow into those gaps, you know, and the infants will have them on top of their head and in between all the joints and growth plates. Well, this young man had gaps in between all of his knuckles, all the joints in his hands and fingers.
So he couldn't use his hand?
He could not use his hand, as he told.
Dude, what's with these old books? I'm sorry. I know that they're telling a story that's supposed to be serious, but I can't take it seriously. I'm just looking at these old books on these on this table right now. What are these supposed to be? Are these 5 different versions of the Bible? What are these little clay pots all about, honestly? Okay, so this guy has a hand that was basically non-functioning is the story they're telling, right? Okay, go on.
He could not use his hand, as he told me. He couldn't remember the last time he had moved it. And so as soon as his head come out of the water, his hand was loosed, and he began to...
And everybody saw this now.
Everybody saw this. My pastor was there, who my spiritual covering's under. He was there.
Well, fantastic. You know what? He's saying he's got x-rays and stuff. We can prove this, right? Isn't this provable with x-rays? All you got to do is give me the evidence?
Well, now this is on a Sunday. After church, he walks to the hospital, as this is relayed to me. He walks to the hospital, and he walks in and he says, I want rescanned. I want you to rescan me because God has healed me.
There you go. Right thing to do. Perfect.
Well, he said, I don't think you understand. I've been healed, and I want to have it documented. I want to know. Yes. And so the doctor...
That's great. I love it. This guy's on point. Do it.
And so the doctor said, well, how about you let me x-ray that hand, and if your hand has any kind of difference, then we'll do the PET scan. He said, fine. He held his hand out and said, fine, do it. So they x-rayed his hand, and what they found, and this is on the before and the after that he sent me, was that the Lord had totally realigned his bones, closed the gaps.
Well, they finally give us the evidence. You want to know something really, really funny about this? Turns out, this picture, when you just pop it into reverse image search, is on a completely unrelated scholarly article on something to do with hands or something. Totally unrelated. They just Googled X-ray of hand and pulled this into their show and used it as evidence. They lied. They blatantly, brazenly lied to the audience. And Hemant Mehta, the guy that got this clip, actually called them on this. He said, hey, I found the picture that you guys used as like verification of this or whatever. And then Perry Stone, I think it was on his Twitter account, I don't remember where it was now, it pulled the whole tweet thread down after that. Because he tweeted about this verified miracle with these pictures and everything. They pulled the whole tweet thread down. They were like, okay, all right, fine. We're going to pretend we didn't see any of that. We're just going to walk away, turn around, walk the other direction. When proven to be liars, they just clam up, turn around, and walk away. They never go on apology tours. They never admit their wrongdoing. They never try to correct anything. They never tell the audience, oh, we got this one wrong. We apologize for that. None of that. They never inform anybody or whatever. At best, they ignore the criticism until it can't be ignored anymore. So, yeah, this picture here, reverse image search, turned up. It just belongs to a research article that had to do with hand x-rays or something. I don't even remember what it was now. You're completely made up.
Closed the gaps, and then in other scans, which I didn't have those other scans, but in the other scans they found that the nerves were actually restored and he was able to use his hand again.
Oh yeah, and x-rays don't show nerves. I don't know what he's talking. I guess, what's a PET scan? Does a PET scan even show nerves? I'm not even sure.
And even the hand looked crooked, and then the x-rays, it shows how the Lord had put realigned his bones. And so his hand was restored.
Well, why didn't he give us the scan that shows nerves or whatever? Couldn't he give us those scans too? No, because they didn't exist. These scans aren't even real. Nothing about this situation is real. They made it all up. They're lying. They're lying to the audience face, and they know it. One of these two people got on Google and typed it in. One of these two guys typed in X-ray of a hand and found it and gave it to the producer to pop up when they bring this subject up. Which one was it? Were they both in on it? One of these two people lied to your face. How can you possibly believe a word out of their mouth after that?
And so his hand was restored.
What happened with the cancer?
So the doctor said, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh, yeah. So I guess cancer was cured too, apparently. Just absurd. I'll take literally any evidence. I'll take anything, please. They don't have a lick of evidence. They have nothing. Because it's completely made up. All of it. Everybody. From Guillermo Maldonado to John Lindell to Perry Stone and Nick Walker. They're liars. I mean, you can't possibly do something like this without intentionally and knowingly lying, right? Just blows me away. Like, I love looking at this stuff. I love watching this stuff. It's deeply fascinating to me to watch these people brazenly, blatantly lie to people's faces just to see like reactions and stuff, just to see how they go about lying when this guy is knowingly lying right now. Nick Walker did not witness this stuff. Nick Walker did not watch somebody walk into a pool and then step out and his hand then moved. That did not happen. He's lying to your face right now as he tells this story. He's looking in your eyes and he's telling you an intentional, knowing lie.
They x-rayed his hand, and what they found, and this is on the before and the after that he sent me, was...
He didn't send you anything. You guys pulled an image off of Google and used it as evidence. Disgusting, honestly. Anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. These people are just terrible.